What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Strikeout Beer Reviews with your pals Alan and Rapid Dave. I'm Alan.
I'm RD. How are we doing?
You know what? Just living the dream, brother. Living the dream. Today we are drinking from Great Divide Brewing Pumpkin Ale. Got the little Headless Horseman action going on here. I think we were called out by ignoring fall season for beers and not embracing it as we sit here and drink our 15th pumpkin beer of the holiday season. So whoever called us out on that, and you know who you are. I'm not going to name any names, Jay, but go yourself. How's that sound? I love you. But here we go. A toasty brown ale with notes of pumpkin, brown sugar, and spices. Pumpkin ale is sure to be your new favorite seasonal treat. The rich malty backbone enhances the autumnal flavors, creating a delicious sensory experience without being overly sweet. 6.5% alcohol by volume, 3.59 rating out of 4,157 ratings. This is a pumpkin slash yam beer.
Nice. It says available September through October. Sizes come in 6-pack cans, 5 gallons, and 15.5 gallon kegs. There you go. Just a little extra for you there. I mean, listen, I've had, I think, more than my fair share of Great Divide beers, and and this year, it seemed like that name was always sticking out. I was like, where the hell is this from? That's because I was drinking those damn seltzers that they put out too. And they were like phenomenal. I'm like, Jesus, I started thinking, I go, have I had a bad beer from this place yet? It's delicious.
It's from the Sunshine State, Denver, Colorado. I just love the beers from Great Divide. I mean, come on, they're delicious beers.
This has got a little bit of spice towards the end.
That's what I was just gonna say. It's one of the things I enjoy about the pumpkin beers is you get that spice with them. You always have that little bit of. I don't know if it's necessarily a pumpkin spice, but it's a spiciness that you get with it, right? I do. It's almost like a gingerbread type thing, right? It is what you get with all these beers. Real quick, I just want to give a shout. I got this pint glass I'm drinking out of. I got this Star Wars pint glass. Shout out to our boy Cuddles, Mr. Nicholas, Saint Nicholas. Picked this pint glass up for me. This is my first time drinking out of it. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Appreciate your support.
Yeah, I with all the things going on with this beer, between the pumpkin, the brown sugar, and the spices, it does give you that more that bready, the gingerbread kind of taste to it more than anything. I think. I thought
it's very smooth.
I thought it was
it's
pumpkin
really
ale.
smooth.
I don't know why. I don't know why we're drinking more pumpkin ales.
Because we celebrate this time of the season. November is pumpkin beer season, and we drink a bunch of pumpkin beers.
We do.
So I wanted to ask you a question. I need some advice from you, and let me see if I maybe handled these situations correctly.
Probably not.
So I'm not going to get into it too much, but I've discussed how I'm working on flipping stuff, selling more stuff on eBay, and I've had a few instances on eBay where we'll take you through instance number one. Guy reaches out to me today about an item I had posted. I was asking $20 for it. Sends me a message, says, "Hey man, can you take 10? No, lowest I can go on this is 15. And then 5 minutes later, sends me an offer. I see I got an offer on this item. I'm like, okay. Guy sent me an offer for 15. He asked me, I told him. He sends me an offer for 13. I go, huh. So I countered with 15. Haven't heard back.
You didn't counter with 17?
Takes me to option number 2. Situation number 2. I'll have an item. I think this particular item, I think I had listed for 30. Guy sends me an offer for 20. I counter with 25. Man, I could take 25. Sends me another counter back at 20. Okay. I'll counter again. My new offer is now 26.
My question is, can you ban these people from bidding on your auctions?
These aren't even auctions. These
Well,
are
buy it
buy
now.
it nows with,
Can you block them?
you probably can.
Yeah, just be like, you know what? I don't want to do business with you.
But I'm like,
I don't want you to somehow be in the future portion of my business.
and
What's your
maybe
question?
maybe in the future, like, what are these people? What is these people's deal? Like, I handle these situations correctly, right? Like,
Well, I don't know what you really did and what you say you did, or
I mean,
the
I just
exact same
no,
stuff.
that's exactly what I did. Those items are both still for sale on my site. Um, so if you want to buy a $20 item, let me know, or a $30 item, let me know. I have those options, but I'm just like, what is your deal? Like, you asked me, hey, can you take this? No, I can't. And even in the case where he said, hey, can you take 10? I replied back with, man, the lowest I can take is 15. I've got $10 in on this. I need to get 15 for it. And so he responds with sending me a $13 order offer. Like,
$13? He's kind of meeting you in the middle at that point.
after fees and all that. No, you're not, bro. I ain't making anything off of that. You forget about the eBay fees. Like, if it's just a straight cash transaction where I don't have the middleman of eBay, where they're not taking fees out and things like that.
Does
Or,
eBay take fees?
oh yeah, there's
Yeah.
fees. I think it's like 14% or something like that.
What's 14% of $13? Is that 14 cents on every dollar? So, like, what do you got? Like, was that $1.70? $2? Is
Something
it
like that.
$2?
Yeah.
$1.75?
Yeah.
It starts cutting in on the action, right? Now you're not making $5. You're making $3
And they go, oh, but you're still making money. Well, you're not including my time in on that, right? Like, I got to go through, I got to package it up, I got to ship it, I got to drive to the post office, I got to.
Do you
Come
consider
on,
people's time?
why wouldn't you?
No, I'm just asking you in general.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
consider people's time to be valid? Okay, okay.
yeah.
All right. Just curious.
But also, like, if I reach out to someone and say, hey, can you take this for it? They say no.
No.
Here's the lowest number I can take. I say, either I say, thanks, sorry, I can't do that, or I say, okay, I can do that. Like, I go to garage, I've been going to a lot of garage sales and stuff like that. And, people have items. I'm like, hey, can you do this for it? And they're like, no, sorry, the lowest I can do is this. All right, I can't go any higher. I can't meet you there. Thanks for your time.
Okay.
I'm not going to be like, well, what about this? No, I told you, here's what I can offer you. You said, no, this is the lowest I can go. Okay. Sorry. Thanks.
You don't give them the one extra, well, you can't go any lower. How about this?
No, I say, okay, that's above what I can pay for it. But then I hang around for a little bit longer, right? I look at some other stuff while I'm there. I give them a little bit of time to think about it. I'll let you marinate on it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes I've had people go, you know what? Hey, I can do this on it. Sometimes they'll come down a little bit. Sometimes they'll come to my price. Sometimes they don't say anything at all, right? And that's fine. If you don't want to sell it, it's your stuff. Sell it to me for whatever you want to sell it to me for.
Yeah.
I've had some people that, I bought recently, I bought like a whole big lot of like VHS tapes. They had a bunch of VHSs in a box, and they said, I said, hey, how much would you do for them all? She goes, 20. I go, I can't pay 20 for that. She goes, 10. I go, no. She goes, what were you at? I go, I could do like $3. I said, they don't sell for much, and it's going to sit for a long time. And she goes, okay, I'll do 3.
$3 for VHS tapes.
Yeah. Bought like 30 VHSs. And the thing is, a lot of them are going to sit for a long time. They might sit here for 2 months before they sell. But then they're going to sell for not that much, right? So here's what I can pay for it. Either you can do it or not. And they said, you know what? I don't want to deal with it anymore. I'll sell them to you for 3. Okay.
Well, all right then.
Yeah.
Cool. This beer is so pumpkin-y. I don't know what to do about it.
I don't think it's I'm not getting overly pumpkin notes. Like,
It's not bad. We had it the other night, like what 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think it was. So this is one of the nights where we had like pumpkin beers and whatnot. Great Divide. There's a
no, the night we had pumpkin beers, they were all the Elysian beers
oh
in
yeah,
bottles.
where'd these beers come from?
You gave it to me. But that night we had all those pumpkin beers. They were all in bottles. The big pumpkin beer night. I haven't had this one yet this year.
Yeah, on the show.
I don't know if that's accurate.
We had 4 of these, then we had 4 of the other one that I had. But yeah,
Sounds sketchy.
I mean, when you're right, you're right, and you're always right.
Not
It was
my
not
fault.
bad. It wasn't bad that night. It's not bad now. I think this just falls under that pumpkin theme, where in October, September, everybody goes ape ass over anything pumpkin.
It's Han
It's not a
Solo season, right?
it's not a bad. It's not a bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad beer. I haven't had a bad beer from Great Divide yet.
No. Oh no. They're
It's just
vanilla
one of those.
porter that is delicious, right?
Oof.
That's Great Divide. Right?
There's a vanilla porter from them, and then I think there's another one from Breckenridge. That's just phenomenal. Like those vanilla porters and whatnot. But yeah, I haven't had a bad beer from Great Divide yet. They keep surprising me. And like I said, I somehow stumbled into like a 12-pack of seltzers from them and just went right through it like it was nothing. And hey, just keep doing what you're doing out there because it's working. It's delicious.
I'll tell you what I stumbled into. I went to a wedding well, first of all, I went to a Friday wedding, which is questionable, right?
That's the most low rent I've ever heard in my life.
It was not very low rent. It was downtown Dallas, uppity place. It was $6,000 less to do it on Friday versus Saturday, so they opted for the Friday wedding. Whatever. Well, we'll talk a little bit more wedding talk on Friday because I got some opinions for you on that. But
on Friday
or on Wednesday.
I thought we already talked about this.
Friday. No, I just went to the wedding this last Friday.
I think we complained about it last week.
Yeah, I complained about it was on a Friday, but I have some observations from the actual wedding itself. But it did allow me to stumble upon what I thought was pretty awesome. So they had the open bar, and they had a mix of Dos Equis lagers, and they had Dos Equis lime and salt. They had a Dos Equis pineapple, watermelon, and cucumber. All lagers. And I had all 4 of them. And I go, holy crap, those are all freaking delicious. So today, while I was out and about, I stopped by Specs and I found that 12-pack while I was there. So I have that for us to have here in the next few weeks, right?
Nice.
Maybe it'll be something that we do for like a Monday night special or some beer reviews that we record, whatever. Because I'm pretty sure we have our shows booked for the next several weeks. But I picked up that mixed 12-pack and I really enjoyed all of them. Like I had no idea that was even out there. And they're all lagers. So pretty delicious.
They're just infused, right? Like that's they put the different flavors in there or whatnot.
Yeah, I'm assuming so. They handed me the can. It said Dos Equis watermelon lager. Cool. Cucumber lager.
They're good to trick up, and then also put a little additive in there. You take a big swig, and then maybe put a little tequila in there too. And yeah, there's things to be done. There's things to be done. All right, we're at the 14-minute mark. Let's go ahead and knock this thing back, and let's call it a.
All right, so give me your thoughts on this one.
First and foremost, love the can art.
Can art's awesome.
Big fan of the Headless Horseman.
Yeah,
I mean it's great. Got this in a 6-pack. We went through it during a previous show, and it holds up. I mean, it's a traditional for me. This is a beer that you have between the months of September and October because it is, everybody starts getting into pumpkin spice. Everybody gets into pumpkin beers. We're into pumpkin beers by then. We're full. Once we get past our fest beers and our I was going to say Munich beers, but it's not right. Marzen beers. And we get into October. This is where we start dipping into October beers or pumpkin beers. And this one, this particular beer just checks boxes, right? It's phenomenal. Looks great, smells great. If you get you get a hold of this thing and you pour it into a glass and you actually hold it up to light or outdoor light or whatever, it looks amazing. It's got
Yeah.
great color, great smell. The head on is perfect. I mean, I can go on and on about this beer, and it really is just an easy drinking, pumpkin flavored with a little bit of spice, um, just easy drinking beer.
Here's
There's
the
no
thing
other
I
way to put it.
noticed about it was the more you drink it, like those last couple drinks I had, it got breadier the more I drank it. Like that last drink was very bready in the taste. Um, a little bit more pumpkin. The more you taste more pumpkin, the further you get into the beer, I think. But again, it's got that spice. It's got that almost gingerbread taste. It's a really good beer, and I think this is a beer that will sneak up on you at 6.5%. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And you're looking at the scores. You have some good reviews on this beer. Everything's above like an average of 3.5. Even like Google users are reviewing this beer at like 4s. You know what I mean? It's like this is a solid beer. It's definitely solid. And I do like here's one thing that I like about this. It comes out during the fall time. This isn't an
Yeah.
all year beer. You're not trying to, you don't see this on the shelves in July or in February. You see it during fall time. And I think
But
that adds to the pill.
this is a sit out back with the fire going type thing. Sit inside the house with the fire going. Wherever you build your fires, sit there and sip on this beer, enjoy it. Maybe get a little s'mores going on or something like that. But you got your hoodie on, you got the fire going. Maybe you're in charge of the fire, maybe you're not, but you got the fire stick going and you're poking the fire, keeping the fire going. This is definitely this is that beer. That's what this is.
Eh,
100%.
You hear us say that a lot, but most of the beers that we're having right now are from fall time. They're for winter beers, they're fall beers and things like that, where you want to take your time, you want to enjoy these beers, you want to just absorb all the flavors and things like that. And like when they put out a beer like this, you definitely want to. Why would you want it? This isn't a slamming beer. Can you slam it? Hell yeah, you can
Oh,
slam any
it's
damn thing. You can
it's
slam this beer.
it's a very smooth beer, and like I mentioned, this is definitely beer that can get you in trouble if you're having one of those nights. We all have those nights where you crack open that beer, you take a drink, you've had that day, right? It's that day where everything. Maybe you're the guy that I talked about earlier tonight. You're at Ross, and your kid's beating you down, and the missus runs into the back of your leg with the shopping cart, and you're leaning over the bin at Ross, and you're just like, I just want to go home. And then you get home and you grab one of these and you crack it open and it goes down so smooth. Your worries and your cares go away and you crack open another one. Next thing you know, the 6-pack is gone and you're loving life and things are good again.
Mhm, mhm. I agree. I agree.
It's,
It's a massive thumbs up for me.
yeah,
And again, you can get this beer September, October. That's it. If you see it on the shelf now, you might as well grab it if you want one more last chance at it before next year. And it checks the boxes for
yeah.
those fall beers, those Halloween beers, pumpkin beers, yam beers, and yeah. Cheers to that, man.
And if you find something from Great Divide, get it because it's good. Whatever flavor it is, get it. It's good. I've never had a bad beer from there.
Yeah. And tell us
So
what you just had and tell us to go find it and we'll have it. We'll review it.
we'll go find it. If I got to go to Colorado, we'll go to Colorado. Done it before. Do it again. Let's go. Hey, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, I'm Alan.
Marty.
Talk to you guys later. Deuces.